An update this afternoon, a former brewery owner accused of raping a child will not appear in court until next month.
Yeah, the former Sycamore brewing owner is facing a host of charges. Justin Brigham's accused of breaking into a Stanley County home earlier this month and raping a 13-year-old girl. He allegedly messaged the girl on Snapchat leading up to the incident. Brigham's also facing a separate assault charge from that same night. He was scheduled to appear in court this morning, but that hearing was postponed until January 26th.